Hi, my name is Keita and I live in Gavin and Stacey Land with my husband Dan. And I just want to say before we start, apart from what's occurring, is that I would like to say to Dear Designs Denise and Mouse's Makes Mandy for supporting and encouraging me to do this podcast. I would never ever have dreamed of doing one because I just never thought anybody would watch. But to be honest, I've had such a great response and I feel so lucky and so privileged. So thank you ever so much to Denise and Mandy. And if it wasn't for Denise's lives on a Friday night, then there's no way I'd be here. So as simple as that. Please excuse the mess behind me. This is my craft room. And yeah, it gets really messy. Nothing I can do about that, really. I'm a messy crafter. There's nothing else I can say about that, really. So, like I said, what's occurring? So, I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. So, today I'm wearing the Whitmore cardigan by Amy Loudon. She used to be Taylor West Studios, or Little Taylor West Studios. Now I think she's Dandelion and Dogwood, I think. I'm not quite sure. I absolutely love this pattern, but this is massive. Now, this acrylic came from a charity shop and it was sold really cheaply, and I've worn this to death, but it is stretched and I still absolutely love the pattern. Definitely going to make another one. I did alter this pattern to make it more of an A-line shape to fit me better, but I have lost some weight since I made it, so never mind. I still love it. It's lovely and cozy and I wear it around the house, so yeah, all is good. So I am going to start with the Musikal Stephen West's Knit Along. I have finished it. I did explain in my last podcast I wasn't happy with the final clue. So I pinched one of his lace patterns off the Glow Hair Frost shawl, I think it is. And I'm sure you're all sick to death of seeing these because they are everywhere. So it's finished, not blocked, finished. And I know that, really speaking, a lace doesn't go with it, with the rest of the pattern, because it's quite a solid pattern. But you know what? It's my knitting. I'll do what I like. And yeah, and that's that. So I did it in the three of the colours there. And I quite like it. It's not blocked. I have done all the ends, but it isn't blocked as yet. It's going to take me a little while because it's been on the back of my sofa for a few days. So yeah, so quite pleased with it. So the colourways in the wool that I used is drops. Oh, got on my head. Come back to it. Yarn Smith's Hint of Grey, Yarn Smith's Deep Plum, I think it is. It's the merino sock in both of them. And then this is a Drops Alpaca mix in, I think it's a Heather way colourway. And the pink is an alpaca, Drops Alpaca, which I absolutely love that wool. So yeah, that is finished. And I'm glad about that because now we're getting on with the Christmas knitting and all the other millions of whips that I've got. So that's finished. Good. Right, let's look at the list because, I'm not a professional podcaster and sometimes I've got to look and see what I'm doing. So we'll go on to whips because I haven't got anything else that I've actually finished that I can show on here. So my first whip is the Coletta, I think it's called. This is by Hoey Locatelli and I love this pattern. It's lovely. It's been bunched up on the needles and it's a little bit it's been stuck in a bag, but I might be a bit close to the camera here to show you. So it's a lace collar and front design. And then here's the sleeve. I don't know if you can see that very well. See, it needs a good press by the looks of it. Why did everything stick to your knits? Drives me nuts. So I've got that, and there's the other one. So I'm down the body, coming down the body there. I haven't worked on this for a long time. I put it in timeout only because I was working on other stuff, but now autumn's here, I decided to pull it back out. But I've really enjoyed this. I love a bit of lace work anyway, but I really have had great fun making this. So I couldn't get the exact colour that I wanted and the wool that I wanted, so I did a thing on Wool Warehouse, you know, where you go and you go deep into the rabbit hole. So I did that. See, still slips. What can I do? I was on a pillow last week. I'm on a stand thing this week and it still slips. Anyway, so what I did, I mixed this, which is Drops Flora. I'm not sure the colourway, sorry, because they don't give them, do they? They don't, and I didn't look it up on Wool Warehouse, sorry, but it's colour 18. It's nice actually because it's a come on, 65% wool and 35% alpaca. So it's quite nice. I do like a mix with alpaca because, you know, alpaca can stretch like crazy. But so I picked this. And then this, it looks like a cherry to me, like a cherry red. I'm very much into jewel colours and berry colours. They're like my fave. So this is 75% mohair and 25% silk. It's Drops Kid Silk. I put them together and got this lovely colour. I love this colour. It's like a deep red. So yeah, quite pleased with that. And it's so affordable. And especially, I think when you're a bigger person, so you need to do bigger sizes, it can get really expensive when you want to make something with, you know, decent wool and you can't afford like indie wool and stuff like that. And I Drops and Yarn Smiths Merino in particular, well, it's a game changer for me. It's been amazing. I've knitted quite a lot out of them. So yeah, so that's the Recolata, I think it's called. I can't pronounce it. So yes, a really nice knit as well. And with Hoey, she does have a range of sizes, which is brilliant. She's so size inclusive. So I love her patterns. I've made quite a few of her patterns and they've all come out really nice. And the other thing I like about her is that she's a loose knitter and so am I. So that really helps with gauge and stuff. Not that I swatch, as I explained last week. Don't do that. But yeah, this I definitely recommend if you want to try and get as near damn a colour that you want, then definitely mix. The only thing is, though, I would say I'm not really a massive fan anymore of mohair. I prefer alpaca. But as I already bought this, I'm using it up. So that's that one done. I'm hoping to get that finished. I want it for Christmas, really. If I can move on with that and get that sorted, that would be absolutely amazing. So the next whip I'll show you today is the Oliver sweater. And it's by Gwen Wagner Adair, I think it is. So this is for my husband. So it's in the round. It's a cable sweater that you make in the round then do sleeves and so on. It has got a hood with it, but I don't think he'll want the hood. So this is it. This is how it's looking so far. But there's a big story to this. So back 2 years ago, I started this, and I'd got to where I am now, I would say. Tried it on him, and it was at least 12 inches too big. At least 12 inches too big. And I was like, no way. Well, we can't have that. I know I'm a loose knitter, but that's ridiculous, 12 inches. So I unpicked it all and I was absolutely gutted unpicking it because it's a lot of work. He's a big guy. There's a lot of work. And then when I started it again, I realised my hands were not coping very well with the pattern. It is a lot of texture, obviously, which I love. I love a lot of texture. I hate seed or moss stitch. I just don't enjoy knitting it. and I know this is double one. So what I did, cheated really. On the back, I did it for a little bit, and then I've just done stocking stitch because I just cannot do this all the way up. And as this is the back, it's not, doesn't really matter. So I've done it on the front, so it does show on the front, but on the back, who sees the back, I say. So yeah, it's quite nice. It's Hayfield bonus Aran, I think, in the 400 gram balls. And the colourway is, because I did write it down, green heather. But it's really, it is coming out as true on screen, actually, the colour as well. So I put this down when my fingers are hurting or whatever, or my wrist is hurting, and he keeps, every time I pick something up to knit, he's, not green though, is it? Not green though. In other words, I'm not knitting his jumper. Oh, sorry, you're not priority, innit? These men, I don't know who they think they are sometimes. Right, so next, I thought we'd talk about socks. So I've got a couple of pairs of socks on the go. One pair I'm going to frog. So there are 72 stitch socks for my son, and they just, I didn't want a 2.75 and it's too big. So I was looking at them earlier and thought, oh, I'm going to just frog them and start again with those ones. But my preferred method of sock knitting is in the round, magic loop, 2 at a time. And then when I get to the heel, I like a heel flap and gusset. So when I get to that, I take one off and do it on DPNs. And then I take the other one off, do it on DPNs, and I put them both on, back on magic loop, and go for gold. I'm now realised it. I had realised a while ago about my sock knitting that it's far too loose. Because I'm a loose knitter, so I've gone down to a 2.25, and that seems to be working. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with what I'm getting from that. So my one and only project bag. Look at this. It's so cute. I love it. Love it. So this was gifted to me by Anne from the No Excuses podcast. Thank you, Anne. Very, very kind lady. If you watch this, don't know if you will, but if you do, you know, thank you very much. She was give it to me at Wonderwall a couple of years ago. So I've started these, and I haven't done much work on them, to be honest. This is a sock wool that is new to me. I don't know. I've never seen it or heard from it before. It's called Osterman double N step. Colorway is 134. So these beauties are sisters and not twins. I do manipulate yarn to get, if I want a certain colour, certain place or whatever, I do that. But with these, I wasn't going to. They're autumnal colours. Sorry. And yeah, I really like them. So this is 64 stitch. Because it's for a lady for Christmas, and I just do my own thing. I do buy sock patterns, and I do like lacy sock patterns because I like knitting lace, and I've done it quite a lot of them. But sometimes I'll just do a plain sock and put my own pattern in, and just stick to my 64 stitches and my heel flap and gusset. I love turning a heel on socks. It's my favourite thing to do. I don't know what it is about it. I just really, really enjoy it. So I've never done a afterthought heel. I've tried. Picking up stitches isn't a bother to me. That doesn't bother me at all. Cutting my knitting doesn't bother me in that respect at all. But I don't like the look of them. When I put it on my foot, it doesn't fit me. It doesn't grip me like the heel flap does on the way I do them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I stick to heel flap and gusset, but I am going to have a go at a German short row heel. I really fancy that. I love German short rows anyway, but I am going to have a go at that, and I might do it on these and see what they come out like. Yeah, that'll be quite interesting. I might even change the colour of the heel. I don't know yet, because I got quite a lot of sock wool. So yeah, so this is my this is what it looks like. Sorry, I've left a lot of space here, have I? This is what it looks like in the ball. But I haven't got the tag. I don't know what I've done with it, but that's just typical me. Nightmare. Yeah, so I do enjoy knitting socks. And I get a bug and I knit them for ages and then I go, oh, that's enough. And I go on to something else that I get obsessed with or whatever. So yeah, that's the socks out the way. But like I say, I do enjoy knitting socks. So now I want to tell you about a knitting disaster that happened to me. Well, and it should have happened to me because it was my stupid fault. Must be 10 years ago or something. And this is when you know you should trust in the designer. That's what they do. That's what they get paid for. That's why people buy their patterns and stuff. And me thinking I knew better, you know, because this Welsh are a bit like that. I thought I'll make this little romper. Not for anyone in particular. I just like the pattern. I thought I'd have a go. And it can go in my baby stash. And then as people have babies, give them out. I love this pattern, and I'm so sorry. I don't know what the pattern is. I don't know who it was by either. I think it was an old pattern that I had, a paper pattern, and I have looked for it, but can't find it anywhere. So this is it. This is the baby romper. It is white, but it's been hanging in my craft room for a while now as a reminder to myself that, you're not that brilliant. Everyone makes mistakes, even though you've been in ages. So this is the romper. It's really pretty. It's got like a lace detail. Yeah, I've obviously added the bows and things. So I was making this and I thought, oh, this is so lovely. But why has she done this on the back? I'll never understand it. Like, why does she split halfway up the back? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why don't you just carry on until you get to the neck? Yeah, carry on to the neck, Keith. Yeah, that's great, that is. How's a baby going to get in there? How the hell is a baby going to get in there? Yeah? Yeah. This keeps me humble, honestly. Every time I look at it, I laugh because what a stupid rookie mistake to make, thinking you know better. And I don't know. I just keep it because, well, I love it anyway, but it's not a usable item. It's just not usable, and it just makes me laugh each time. I know that's a silly thing, but we all have these disasters. I don't know why I keep it, but there we go. It's so stupid. Oh, honestly, sometimes I don't know where my brain goes. So I've got a serious thing now to say, and that is about stitch markers. So stitch markers, when they decide to go on holiday, I'm on about, and they're living their best lives. But where are they? Because I lose them all the time. All the time. And then you find them, like, I lose them down my bra. I've lost them everywhere. And I mean, under cushions. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. We need to sort something out with these stitch markers because it's just stupid. And I got tins everywhere with them in, little notion pouches with them in, and they still disappear. It's like they're being called by a higher power and saying, come on, it's time for us to have a break. I'm like, get a grip. Sorry, rant over. So that's the end of the knitting. Sorry, there's no crochet this week. I am crocheting stuff, but I can't show it on here as yet. But that is the knitting. Thank you for watching. If you're happy with, that side of things, and you don't want to listen to any of my rambles or any of my bits on bit, and I'll hopefully see you another time. So on to the bits. I'm gonna have to stop a minute because I've forgotten to bring something in with me, so bear with me a minute.